In the starry sky of the vast modeling software, there is a dazzling red star, Solidworks. Many of the products we see are likely to have been designed through it. Since its launch in 1995, Solidworks has evolved into more than 20 iterations that have become more powerful and easier to use. If you are new to design, if you are interested in SolidWorks, and if you want to design your own work, get accelerated SolidWorks 2025 learning with Kelvin Wee. I'm the main instructor of the tutorial Kelvin Wee, and I wrote, record, edit, and check the tutorial in order to do a good job of the SolidWorks tutorial. And it took me nearly 1,000 hours to complete the nearly 20 episode tutorial, and I have been refining and optimizing it. This set of tutorial includes the basic functions of sketches, part, assembly, drawings, and practical tutorials that are really practical and can be touched. At the end of the part tutorial, we work together to design a mobile phone holder, and after assembly tutorial, we finish with a drawer under the desk. And finally, there is an advanced lesson, a fan with a moving headbase, all of which can be manufactured. By the end of the course, we had not only mastered the SolidWorks tutorial, but also the ability to design products. There used to be a lot of wild ideas, but now as long as you finish this set of tutorials, you will be able to implement them. If you want to learn now, please leave comment 1 and key 2 for those who want to learn later. Given that I have been asked if there is a fee for this course, I will reply here that this is free. Tuition is like and subscribe. Kelvin Wee will continue to share tutorials. Now pay attention and don't get lost. We have the SolidWorks Learning and Exchange group, which is free to join, where everyone can communicate with each other and make progress together. We also provide the answer of each lesson so that you can refer to. Okay, let's officially start our learning. SolidWorks can create 3 new file types: part, assembly, drawings, and its software interface is divided into 5 areas, including a menu bar, toolbar, design tree, parts window, and task list. There are various command bars in the menu bar, and almost all commands can be found in the menu bar. But more often than not, this toolbar is used. When we draw a part, there are tools that we commonly use, such as sketching, feature, and evaluation. And each step of the tool operation of the part will be displayed one by one in the design tree. The appearance of the part we design is displayed in this part window. If you are building an assembly or drawing file, the software displays the corresponding operation of the toolbar in the design tree. Let's take a simple demonstration of the interface we have just introduced, so you can get a concrete first impression of SolidWorks. Let's create a new part first. Click New in the file, or use the shortcut Ctrl+N to create a new part. In the pop-up window, the first yellow block icon is the part. The second block and the blue square icon is the assembly. And then they are drawing with different view sheets. Now select the part icon and click OK. Once we create a new part, this is a good idea to save the part as soon as possible, because there is a certain probability of crashes when using Solidworks. It is necessary to save part in stages when editing them. You can click the Save button on the file in the menu bar. Of course, it will be faster to save the file directly with Ctrl+S. Click on Save, and then we select a folder as the address to save. It is recommended to create a new folder named Learning. Then name the file, enter first part, and then click Save. And now you can see that the top of the interface is already the name of the part just now. Most of our process for part editing is to sketch with the sketch tool in the tab, and then build solid with the appropriate command in the feature tool with the sketch you have just made. Here you can follow me through a simple operation to draw your first part. Let's build a cube with an edge length of 100. First click on Sketch Drawing. Then in the Design Tree area, prompt us to select a plane to generate a sketch for the solid. And in the part window on the right side also appears 3 datum planes, which are the 3 default planes of our part. Because SolidWorks is a 3D software, the sketch needs to be drawn on a plane. We move the mouse to one of the plane. The plane will be highlighted. Then click the mouse to draw a sketch on this plane. So we click on the front plane. The next thing we find the rectangle command in the sketch tab. When we hover the mouse over this button, the system said that it is a center rectangle. And at the same time, a demonstration of the operation appears. First, establish the center point of the rectangle, and then determine its endpoint. You just created a rectangle. If your rectangle command doesn't default to a center rectangle, you can find the center rectangle in this triangle button next to it. We click on the button on the center rectangle and move the mouse to the part area, at which point the mouse changes and becomes a pen with an icon with a center rectangle underneath. Like me, click the left mouse button at the origin, then move to any point in the empty space. Press the left button again, and the center rectangle will be drawn. Now find the Smart Dimension button in the Sketch tab. This is the button we add dimension constraint to the sketch. Click on the button, then select an edge of the rectangle, move the dimension to a reasonable position. Click the left mouse button again. We can mark the length of this side length. Enter 100 and determine the length of this side length. Let's use the same method to label the other edge of the rectangle. Once both edges are labeled, click the ESC key on your keyboard to exit the annotation state. And the color of the sketch changes from blue to black, which means that the sketch is fully defined. After the sketch is completed, we find the Extrude Boss Base button in the Feature tab. Click on the button, and the sketch extruded out a yellow cube area. which is a preview of the appearance of the extrusion. And the design area on the left is switched to extruded box base with the various options on the table. We enter hundreds in the field for a blind dimension depth. Press the keyboard enter key and we can see that the yellow preview entity becomes a cube. Now click the OK button in the top left corner to confirm the edit, or click the check mark in the top right corner of the part window to confirm the edit. And the cube with 100 sides is created. Now let me guess. Do you really want to look at this cube up and down, left and right? So how do you freely change your perspective view to look at the model? Hold down the middle of the mouse and then drag the mouse at the same time, and the cube will rotate as if you put the cube in your hand to play. But the first operation will generally be relatively rusty, and after a period of familiarity, you will be able to rotate as you like. Now that we understand how to adjust the perspective, how do we change the perspective to normal to one of these planes? Mouse to the View Orientation button in the View toolbar and click on it. Now that there are some gray translucent faces around the cube, we can move the mouse over the plane you want to familiarize, and the gray translucent face will be highlighted. At this point, we get a normal perspective on this side. There is also a common way to do this. First, click on the face you want to normal to with the mouse. Then click the View Orientation. Find the button that is normal to, and click on it to formalize the plane as well. Now let's look at the design tree. In addition to the default plane and origin of the part, there is also the extrude box base command that we have just operated. Click this triangle button to the left of it, and the sketch that was drawn at the beginning pops up. Each subsequent step of the process will be arranged in this design tree so that we can observe and modify the parameters of the part. Through the above operation, I believe you have a preliminary impression of the interface of the software and its basic operation method. When we design parts, most of the time we go back and forth between these interfaces. Solidworks is a simple and easy to use engineering software. Most mechanical engineers use this software to make drawings, and I use it to design drawings of parts and assembly. And I end up making a lot of mechanical design that make me feel fulfilled. Like this one won the 2016 International Award and 2 awarded US patent. Not only am I a mechanical engineer, but I also mentor some mechanical design engineer. I'm confident that you will get up to speed on SolidWorks quickly in front of the screen. Next, let's write a message on the public comments that spurs us on, and let's start our learning journey. See you in the next lesson. Goodbye.